Hey everybody, welcome to Unturned. My name is Brad and I'm going to show you how to port real-world locations into Unturned via the editor. So basically the editor is located in the Workshop tab. You can click on the editor button and then you have to name the map. So I think we're going to be porting a real-world mountain today. So I'm going to name mine Mountain. And then you set the size. So you have to remember the size for later. So we're just going to stick to 512 by 512, which seems to work out for this tutorial. So click add, it will show up, and then we're going to be moving on to the desktop. Okay, so once you're on your desktop, you're going to have to locate your Unturned directory, which is located in your Steam folder, which is in Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then Unturned. And you'll see you have a folder called Maps, and you'll have a folder that has the name of the map we just made, which is called Mountain, or whatever you named it. And it's pretty much blank because we didn't edit the terrain at all. So if you click on terrain, there's just 3 files in here. And we're going to be adding a file into that folder called heightmap.png. So how do we get this height map? Well, a height map is basically, oh, it's going to be too small to show you. A height map is just like an image that a game engine can read off of and basically build a terrain right out of the image based on the black and white colors, their lightness. The lighter it is, the more steep it will be, etc. So they're pretty hard to find on the internet of real-world locations. I did find a blog where this guy ported a bunch which are from New Zealand, and we're going to be doing a Mount Taranaki, I believe it's called, height map. So I'll leave a link to this webpage in the description, but basically we're going to download this one of a Mount Taranaki in New Zealand. So you can right-click, save image as. I already saved it, so you'll have that. And once you get that image, it will show up on your desktop. And it's not correct right now, because if you go to properties, you'll see it is 590 by 590 pixels. And we don't want that for our height map. There's a specific set of rules for dimensions, and I'm going to bring those over to you in a second. So remember I told you to remember the dimension of your map? Well, this is why, because you need to memorize this table here. So you don't need to memorize it, it's not like school. But if your map was 512 by 512, then your height map is going to need to be 65 by 65 pixels, okay? And then here's the list, so on. And it's hard to explain why that is. It's usually 64 plus 1, so this is 64 times 2 for the 1080. 1024 by 1024, so that'd be 128, plus 1 is 129, but yeah, those are the numbers. So since our map is 512 by 512, we're going to open up Photoshop here, let's see, and close out of that, and file, new, and ours is going to be just 65 by 65 pixels. Okay, there we go, and then we can just take this height map, or on the image that we downloaded, should be like mounttaranaki.png. Put that in there, press enter, make sure it fills up the whole spot. There's some white space in there, so I might have to move it up one. And yeah, it's very small, which is good. And then you can do file, save as, save it to your desktop as a PNG, and I already saved mine, so I have that. And then make sure you rename it heightmap.png, one word, and you're just going to take that file and add it to the your folder maps, mountain, terrain, and then just add it right in there, heightmap.png. And now when you go into your game, which will open back up now. Alright everybody, so we are back in Unturned, so we can go to our Workshop tab, back to our editor, and then click on our map, which is mountain or whatever you named it, and we can edit it. So if your dimensions weren't right on your image, your game will end up crashing, but ours should be right. Yep, and now we have a black mountain, so we can just texture it, and you'll see just how cool this actually is. So let's get some grass here, increase our brush size a little bit, and there we go. A little mini replica of Mount Tanaka, I believe it was called. And once you add like some trees and stuff like that, it just looks fantastic. So I'll show you a file of a finished one I did. Let's see if I can go back here. And let's see, a height map. Edit that. And this is what it looks like once you add sand, trees, grass effects, rocks, just a really cool little mini model here. And I don't know, I love this. It's pretty cool. Cool stuff going on here. And one more thing. If you decide to do this on like a bigger map, like 2048 by 2048, it is going to dilute the whole entire map, the whole image basically. So I believe I have an example here. Yeah, height map 2. I did 2048 by 2048, the same map, and you'll see it really dilutes the mountain. So this is the same mountain, but we did it on such a bigger space that it's not really that tall of a mountain anymore. You will see if you go all the way down here like a normal person, you can kind of see the mountain forming, and the overall outskirts is all exactly the same. But that's what happens when you build it on a bigger map. So 512 by 512 seems to be the best just because you can see the features really well, and it just looks really cool. So that's really all I have for you guys. I hope maybe you can port some of your own maps over. I'd love to see what community content can be made from this. So that's all I have for you. If you want to support this video, feel free to gently press that like button and subscribe. And as always, have a fantastic day.